All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another breakdown prediction video. All right, y'all, quick prediction video. We got some good fights coming up tomorrow, a couple of good flyweight fights. First off, I want to do my prediction video for J.J. Aldrich versus Jillian Robertson. As y'all know, Jillian Robertson, she's stepping in for Ariane Lipsky. That was going to be a good fight. That was going to be a good stand-up fight, but I like this classic matchup, striker versus grappler. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this one. Let's go ahead and get into it. J.J. Aldridge, as y'all know, she's on a 2-fight win streak right now. She just defeated Vanessa Demopoulos and Courtney Casey. And I'm a fan of her style. You know, I think she's more like a technical JoJo, very good on her feet. I still think her ground game is, you know, I won't say it's suspect, but I still think it needs work. You know, I think her wrestling has very much improved, but as far as her jiu-jitsu, I still need to see more of it. But I think she does have a grasp of everything. You know, she definitely has some well-roundedness about her. The thing about her, I just don't see her level up enough. Like, J.J. Aldridge doesn't really break. She doesn't really fall, and she doesn't really spike. But she just kind of stays consistent. She just kind of stays on that one line, you know, that flat line. Not flat line like she did. You know, I want to say, I don't want to put it like that. But she just kind of stays on that one consistent line. You know, so J.J. Aldridge, I think she just needs more so of that killer instinct. You know, she just needs to kind of pull that trigger. But she has a lot of good skills about her. So going into this fight, I say the 3 things that she needs to do is keep that jab in the face of Jillian Robertson. Y'all know how I say always about. Y'all always know what I say about the jab. You know, jab opens up a lot of opportunities. You know, it'll stop takedowns. You know, keep it in the face of your opponent. It'll open up opportunities. It'll open up your opponent, right? Next thing I'll say is use her takedown defense. You know, like I said, I think J.J. Aldridge is decent on the ground, but I think she just needs to keep this fight standing. That's the only way I think she'll really frustrate somebody like Jillian Robertson. If she continues to just stuff takedowns and just survive, you know, do more than survive, you know, just kind of like shake off her opponent. And Jillian Robertson, you know, use that cage well, you know, to break. Just, you know, don't throw predictable kicks. Don't throw any body kicks, you know, just scramble almost like Joanna does, you know, just use that takedown defense and keep this fight standing. Because, like I said, I think her I know her striking is better than Jillian Robertson, you know, so I think she could definitely win a 3-round fight or possibly a stoppage if she has the power to get that respect. That leads to my third thing. Jillian Robertson, you know, she's a killer. She's a finisher. So J.J. Aldridge needs to get her respect, however she can get it. Like Taylor Santos, Miranda Maverick, they got it with their jiu-jitsu and their physical strength on the ground. They were able to shut her down, right? For Macy Barber, she had the power. She had the equalizer. So what does J.J. Aldridge have? That's the question, you know, I have to ask myself. We'll see in this fight. Like, does she have the power or does she have the strength to just shut down Jillian Robertson's takedowns and her wrestling altogether? You know, so got to get that respect however you can get it, whether it's through the strength or the power. I think she's going to need to set up some nice counter shots and, you know, land something big on the chin. But it takes a lot to hurt Jillian Robertson. You know, Macy Barber definitely has the power, but Taylor Santos didn't really ever hurt her on the feet. You know, it was more so on the ground where she just kind of mauled her for 3 rounds. You know, so I think it'll take a lot whenever it comes to power. But I think maybe she could get it through her wrestling. You know, J.J. Aldridge has pretty decent wrestling, so if she doesn't go full on to the ground, maybe she could just use her wrestling to kind of just nullify Jillian Robertson against the cage and try to maul her a little bit, then break at times. You know, just do it in little spells and then go right back to fighting on the outside just to kind of break her opponent's will. You know, for Jillian Robertson, 3 things I say for her going into this fight. You got to use a good 1-2. You know, got to use a good 1-2 to get those takedowns, you know, and just to score points and even possibly hurt your opponent. You know, she's got to commit to her striking. You know, good 1-2 in the face of your opponent. If you're a grappler, it's definitely going to keep your opponents honest because they're going to think of striking and they're going to have 2 things to think of. You know, if you go in there shooting a good 1-2 down the pipe, they're going to expect that. Then, boom, you can switch levels, take them down. Kind of like Carla Esparza has been working on with her striking. She's starting to mix it in well with her takedown. So can't be predictable, which goes into my next. Don't be predictable with your takedowns. Sometimes Jillian Robertson, you know, she gets so comfortable and confident on the ground, makes her a little bit anxious, so she'll just kind of run in and think she could just take you down to the ground. You know, that leaves you open for counters. So got to be unpredictable with the takedowns overall. Got to mix it up with a little bit of striking. Make J.J. Aldridge get comfortable on the feet. Make her get a little bit flat-footed and stationary, and then boom, that's where you can get them takedowns like she did against Poliana Mateo. Third, I'll say for Jillian Robertson, I want to see her maul a little bit. Like, I want to see do more than maul. I want to see her dirty box a little bit on the inside. Like, whenever she gets this fight to the cage, I want to see her land some knees to J.J. Aldridge's body, you know, to break her down, because that's how you're going to really, really step up your arsenal. You know, you got to take these chances now and start working that body and breaking opponents down with your stand up. You know, she's good on the ground whenever she's throwing strikes, but I want to see her fight on the inside a little bit in this fight. I want to see her get a little bit dirty where she doesn't have to worry about range as much. Just close in, and whenever she's usually like pinning these fighters, her opponents to the cage, you know, she's just kind of like pressing them. You know, I want to see her throw more knees and more body strikes in there. You know, I want to see her throw more of that even against the cage, like she does on the ground. You know, so those are the three things I think she needs to do for somebody, J.J. Aldridge. Like, if you really want to take J.J. Aldridge off her consistent line, like I said, you know, test her out, see if you can break her by working her body and just kind of mauling her. You know, J.J.'s very technical. I don't really see like a great deal of dog in her. So let's see if she can take that dog, you know, like she has in the past against Taylor Santos and Miranda Maverick. Even though she lost, you know, she still shows some heart. So those are the three things I think for Jillian Robertson. Good 1-2. Be unpredictable with your takedowns and get dirty on the inside. Fight on the inside and show that dog to J.J. Aldridge. So with that being said, this is a 50-50 fight, really. You know, really it's coming down to me just, I think I'm going to really have to just go off of the style that I'm most a fan of a little bit. I'm kind of leaning towards that way because I think this is a hard fight to pick here just because Jillian is so good at what she does. And I think that sometimes that overpowers some of these strikers. But I don't think she's ever really submitted a technical striker like J.J. Aldridge. You know, I know she has submitted Cachoeira, Courtney Casey, Poliana Mateo, but I think J.J. Aldridge is better on the feet, and she knows how to escape a lot of takedown attempts, you know. So I think it's going to be a very close fight the first 2 rounds. I think they're going to show a lot of respect. Maybe even in the second round, I see J.J. Aldridge getting taken down by Gillian Robertson, but I see her going back to the feet and, you know, working those 1-2s on Jillian Robertson. So if I had to pick in this one, I'm going to have to go with the fighter with more tools, but it's going to be real close. It's going to be real close. I think it's going to be a close unanimous decision here that I think people are going to say, oh, could have gone this way. I think J.J. Aldridge, she's going to be able to pull out a decision in this one. So that's what I'm going to go with in this one. I'm going with J.J. Aldridge, but believe me, if it goes down to the ground, I know what's going to happen. You know, I know what's going to happen if it goes down to the ground. I know it's all G-Robs, right? So, yeah, that's my pick on this. I'm going with J.J. Aldridge, guys. Let me know who y'all got. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.